checking to make sure we are all set up. Let's do a little painting here. Need to get this commission done, so I figured why not just throw it up here on YouTube and see if anybody jumps in to paint along with. Alright, just going to start off with the usual, the Zenithal highlighting, because we're doing mostly contrast paints on these guys. Trying to get them done quickly and still make them look pretty decent. Brush. Just going to hit them with a quick gray first after priming them black. Just gonna hit them with a little bit of gray first, and then we'll go into our white for a final highlighting, and then we'll hit them with the contrast paints. All right. This method of speed painting is extremely fast. Great way of getting like a bunch of miniatures like this on the table fast. This board game's got like 150 different miniatures. So this will help us get them done fairly quickly. And still, they're going to look pretty good on the table. This is kind of what I did last stream, is just do the Zenithal and then the contrast paints over top. This Zenithal highlighting, it just kind of automatically puts the highlights in. And then when we do the contrast paints, the shadows are already there. Kind of makes it a lot easier. To be honest, I'm not sure how this game even is. As I said, this is a commission, so I don't know much about this game, if it's worth playing or not. But I know the miniatures look pretty cool. I mean, I've always been a fan of like feudal Japan, China, samurais and such. Big fan of that time period. Just trying to be careful a little bit because this plastic is a little brittle. I think it might be kind of easy to snap these pieces, and that's the last thing I want to do, is snap any of these pieces and then have to make repairs. Hey, Gaming with Distractions. Thanks for stopping in. I thought since I was working on this commission again, I would just jump on and might as well paint some live. I got to get them done regardless, so I thought, hey, let's try to get some watch hours with it. Just doing the boring part right now, getting the highlighting on. Makes sense. Yeah. I don't know if it'll work out or not, but I figured, hey, why not? If I gotta paint all these guys, I might as well jump on and see if anybody's interested in watching it. I miss posting gaming content, but I figure with this channel here, I'm so close to 1,000 that, you know, it'd be nice to kind of focus on it and just break through that level and then decide from there which direction I wanted to go more with. Oh, this guy here, I might have to hit him with a little of this black. Primer didn't cover it completely. This is just something I do if the primer, if I miss some of the spots with the primer, I can usually just hit it with some black paint and that'll be good enough to get a coating on there so that the other paints will stick to it. Usually not a big deal. While that's drying, we'll just jump on to white. Always welcome to join Haunted and I if you ever want a game. Oh yeah, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I know that you guys, you know, are very welcoming. As I said, I love doing that stuff. It was just kind of trying to bounce between the two channels was kind of bumming me out. Just being too much like work, I guess. And I really enjoy the gaming aspect of it. As I said, this one here I was getting kind of close to 1,000 and thought like, hey, if I could just focus on this one a little bit more and hit that level, then I can kind of decide where to go from there. Several games we can play together. I like Red Dead for winter when I'm less house busy, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, definitely. I really like I've been watching some guys stream and play Phasmo, and I tell you what, you and I still haven't really played Phasmo very much together. That's something I'd really like to do sometime there. I know they've updated that game quite a bit, and I haven't really played it much since they did the updates. So that would be kind of fun to get back into it a little bit. I'm such a wimp though. As soon as the ghost starts hunting, I run for the hills. I panic, run into stuff, and just go bananas. But that's also what makes it fun, is whenever you hear that door slam and the hunt starts. Yeah, I don't know if we've ever played a game. I think maybe once we played. I can't remember, but definitely not enough. Hope I didn't go too heavy on the white on this guy here. I kind of feel like I might have. It's alright. Anything painting, it can always be fixed one way or another. Let me jump on this gray, see if this guy's dried enough that I can throw this gray down. Peeps like watching a grown-ass man running and screaming from ghosts. Yeah, it is fun. As I said, I am certainly prone to panic. As soon as the hunt starts, man, I'm like freaking out. jump over, throw a little bit of white on this guy, and I think we'll be good to go. He's not too... And let's see. Yeah, I think he's good. I thought I was going to have to let him dry a little bit. Picking up some of that gray. Yeah, I might have to come back and hit this guy with some more white once he dries off a little. I'll be right back. I gotta let the dogs in. Yeah, I don't know if Haunted would be interested in that or not. I mean, I know he likes to play Dead by Daylight. So, I mean, that's kind of similar in a way, except the, you know, the person hunting you is another player. Oh, yeah, got a jet. Hey, no problem, man. Thanks a lot for jumping in. I appreciate it. Just cleaning off these dry brushes a little bit here. Alright. This guy here, I'm going to have to let him dry just a little bit so I can put the white back on him. These turtle cannons, though, I'm not 100% sure how to paint them. Unless I just do the green over them. And then maybe pick out the cannons and such. Maybe the ring around here in brass. I think that's what I might do, but still keep them green so that they go with the unit color. Sounds good. Let's try that. See where we end up with this. Some of these, it's always an experiment. For this green, this is Plaguebearer Flesh contrast paints. These contrasts, I know I've said it before, and I said it in the last stream. They're so good for covering up stuff really quick. Let's get a coating of this on and see where this takes us. Okay. Now I can see now there's like some chains and stuff here holding the cannon, so I'll have to pick those out in a metallic. But for the most part, I want that green to show through so that you know which faction these guys go with. Each faction has like their own war engines. Oh yeah, I think this will work out fine. Yeah, I'll hit that underneath there with a dark brown speed paint to get the wood color. I'll take care of that. All right, nice. One down. I like painting these miniatures when there's only like 3 or 4 of them instead of units of, 20 guys. You just got to keep painting them the same guy over and over. This is kind of much more enjoyable when there's only a few of the same miniature. But the slap chop speed painting and stuff, it makes it go a lot faster doing it this way. And they still look pretty decent on the table. Like, it gives them a cool look to them. A nice dark look, but like with some color to them as well. Yeah, I guess we can paint these claws as well. They're sticking out there far enough. This game definitely has some cool miniatures. I was looking through them. I can't wait to paint the guys there on the horses. I like painting the cavalry like that. And then they have their flags with them too, which this contrast paint and the Zenithal, it'll make quick work of that and still look pretty cool. So we'll get that done. This is the first commission I've taken actually for quite a while. Took a little break from it. In fact, I was thinking about doing a video about commission painting. Just in case anybody out there is actually thinking about doing it. There's definitely some pros and cons to it. I don't know, if somebody's thinking about doing it, I thought maybe they would be interested in hearing my experience with it. I've been doing it for probably over 10 years. So I know a little bit about it. It was just for a while I actually tried to make it into a business, but oh man, it was so easy to get burned down on it so quick. Because it's just so much painting. And you're not painting anything that it's not like you're painting miniatures for yourself. So you end up painting up these cool armies and games and such, and then, you got to, give them back to the person that owns them. Of course, they're paying you for it and stuff. But it just kind of sucks that you paint up some cool looking miniatures and then you got to give them back. But I don't know if I'll ever go back to really doing a lot of commission work. I didn't mind it at the time, but now I just kind of do it very sparingly. It's almost like whenever some cool games or figures come out that I kind of want to spend some extra money on, I'll pick up a commission and just do it real quick just to give myself some extra money. That way they're not taking it like out of the family budget. I mean, it would be fine, but I always feel kind of guilty taking money for my nerdy hobbies and stuff out of the family budget. Where if I do it like this, it's definitely a lot less, I feel a lot less guilty about it. Makes me enjoy the hobbies a little bit more because then I feel guilt-free. And it kind of feels good, it's like you put in the work to get them. With this horse here, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to go with it. So for right now, I'm just putting green over the armored parts. I think I'm going to paint the horse green though. Or I'm going to paint the horse with a black contrast paint that I have. I just picked that up recently, so I haven't used it. I don't know how it's going to work out on it. But we'll see. I think it'll be fine. But for the most part, I wanted to get these armored pieces all greened up. As I said, these are board game pieces, so I want to get them painted up fairly quickly, but still have them look decent on the table. And I want to go back and throw a little more white highlight on this guy here, because he needed to touch him up a little bit. There we go. And that'll bring out that horse armor some, so we can see what the heck's going on with it. Oh no, still some of that gray in there. It's alright. Throw a little more white on the palette. I think I talked about this last time that usually I use a paper towel for dry brushing, but I've been seeing a lot of people recently, they use a rough surface instead. So I figured I would try it out. Oh, this guy's still wet. It's not gonna let me throw that white in there like I want. Might have to let him dry just a little bit more before I throw the white on. But I'll keep marching along on these guys here just fine. These guys here. I know I'm going to do the bottom there in gold. Alright. I'm going to do that bottom there in a gold. And with this, well, we'll wait until that other guy. Maybe I can catch up with the horse guys there and do them together. This guy here. This is one of the guys I painted, one of the spearmen. So this guy here is going to go about the same. So I'll get the gold out and do the trim on him, and do the trim on the turtles there that I want. And then just hit a couple of the spots with the dark green. Maybe I'll do the banner in the dark green too. Set this guy out just for a reference. And I know I spoke last time about, you know, I used to use these palettes all the time for my regular painting, but now I've switched over to mostly using a wet palette. And I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. I like using the wet palette. I've kind of switched over to that for the majority of my painting. No. Ugh, the top just popped off of my gold. It sucks. It's a lot of wasted paint. Certainly not a fan of when that happens. You know what? Let's go with a little bit bigger brush. I'll speed this along. For this one here too, after I get this base coat of gold on, I might end up going back in with a brown wash just to tone it down a little bit. Oh, hey Diesel, how's it going, man? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Always appreciate it. Hey, you can stop in and watch some paint dry. You know what? Let's. Do I have a little? Yeah, here we go. That's better. That's more what I'm looking for. Sir, just watching. Yep. Good deal, man. Yeah, I figured I got to work on this commission anyway, so I might as well jump on here and stream it a little bit and see how that goes. See if anybody wants to hang out and watch it. Chat a little bit about the hobby. I know last stream it actually went pretty good. There was a few people in here, you know, we were just talking about the hobby and stuff and some lore about the hobby. Some of the games like 40K and such. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like that, like a little bit darker. As I said, I think I'm gonna come back and do a wash over top of that. Are you gonna be doing any gaming tonight, Diesel Man? I know you're usually pretty productive with your videos and stuff. I wish I could get more videos out. Kind of been down to one a week right now, just with everything going on, but kind of stuck in a little bit of a limbo right now, though, with just being so undecided as to what kind of videos I want to make. I kind of keep jumping back and forth. I gotta pick a direction and just stick with it for a while. I feel like I've been jumping around too much, this game, that game, instead of kind of sticking to just one and focusing, doubling down on it. I did earlier some recording. Cool. Yeah, it was like, I hate to be in painting this early and stuff, but man, it has been so hot here lately. I went outside today for a little bit and was like, whew. It was just too hot to do anything. So I figured I'd jump on and get a little painting done. Got 3 videos to put out. I love gaming. Oh man, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I love video games and stuff too. I love playing them. I have a blast with it, especially with other people and stuff. You know, it's a lot of fun. But as I was telling Curtis there a little bit ago, like I just figured that I would focus on this channel for a little bit and see if I couldn't get it, you know, get close to that 1,000 mark on here. That. I think I missed that with the green. I'll put the 3 videos out later this week. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've started kind of doing that with this even is like recording them and then scheduling them to come out throughout, like later in the week or something. Or I'll do them and then I'll schedule them to come out next week or something if I need one per week. I'm trying to keep consistent at least with one per week. I have an idea for another video. I think I'm going to try it soon here. And we'll see how it goes. You know, I do some come out decent, and then some that I think are going to do really good, they're some of my worst. So it's funny. It's funny how it all works out. Some of these brushes cleaned up and out of the water here. Is family doing good? Yeah, man, I can't complain. Everybody's healthy and happy, so I can't complain at all. I'm really blessed. So, how about you? How's everything going for you guys? Good? Alright, let me see if this guy dried up enough to hit him with the white. Yeah, there we go. He dried up now. Now I can throw the white highlight on and then hit him with the green. Oh. Good deal. Yeah, I think I told you guys, or I think the one stream I was talking, and we went to... see a spot I missed. We actually went on a cruise up to Alaska there at the beginning of the month, and that was awesome to go up there and see all that stuff. The scenery definitely is just crazy. Doing good. My little starting 6th grade on Friday. Oh wow, you guys already starting school? Yeah, my kids don't start until the end of August, if not the 1st of September. So, but I think they're ready to get back here. All right, let's get this green down on this guy so we can move forward with the cavalry unit. As I said with these horses, I'm not 100% sure exactly how they're going to come out just yet or what we're going to do with them, but we'll figure it out here. I think that breastplate's going to be gold, though. But the armored part's definitely going to be green so that we can keep them consistent with the faction here. The turtle faction. That's what these guys are, and their armor's like part turtle shells. It's kind of neat design. In fact, I think I want to say I want to say that all of the units are based off of animals, so that's really cool. I like that. Yeah, I don't really have a plan for these live streams. It's just kind of whenever I feel like it, I just kind of jump on and start doing them. Very spur of the moment type events. Get some green down in there. Oop, I forgot about his reins here. It's funny, these contrast paints and doing the zenithal and such, it don't look like much to begin with, but the more you kind of mess with it, the more it ends up working out pretty good. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, it's all, you gotta kind of be in the mood to do it. Alright, Switch back to the gold here and get this guy done. Standard bearer. My cap came off of my gold paint. I ended up spilling quite a bit of it onto the palette, which really sucks, but it is what it is. I'm just picking out some of the trim here, like I did in the spear, or the spearmen, so that these guys all match a little bit. Decided to go with gold on this turtle head emblem. At first I was going to make it like a bone color, like sort of like tusks or something, but decided to just go with the gold on it. Try to keep them pretty simple. As I said, there's like 150 of these guys to paint, so try to keep them simple, but yet give them enough detail where they look good on the table. And so far I'm enjoying these guys painting them. They're not too, they're not crazy overly detailed for a board game. I mean, there's a ton of detail in them. I guess I shouldn't say that. There is a ton of detail in these guys. But it's not annoying stuff to paint. And doing a little bit of slap chop on them too, that method, it kind of helps. Helps them be more tolerable for painting up. Oh, that's a turtle shell there. Miniatures are looking good. Yeah, they're okay. Right now they're kind of in the ugly phase, but you know, we'll keep working on them here and turn them around. There's always an ugly phase to them, and then they like hit a certain point where it's like, oh, okay, now they look good. You just got to kind of keep working them. There's been a ton of miniatures when they're in like the ugly phase like this, where I want to stop, and you just got to remind yourself to keep going with them. Oh, okay, this side's like sunken in where the other side was kind of pushed out. Just hitting these little links here with a little bit of the gold to make them stand out. Nothing crazy, but just a little bit to give them some a little more detail on them here. This hand, hit this guy's face a little bit so that whenever I hit it with the flesh wash, it stands out a little bit. Just coming in with this darker green now, this warp lightning contrast, and I just hit some of these parts just to make them stand out a little bit more, give them a little bit more detail. Nothing too crazy with it. Did I do those on those guys? I didn't. I think I'm going to hit this banner with this dark green. I think that might add a little bit of color to it. I have to watch with this contrast paint because I've gone and put it on too thick and then it like cracks. Makes a mess. Oh, that looks pretty cool. I like the look of that. I thought it was raining out. I think I'm going to hit these links down here too with the gold. I forgot about those whenever I was doing the top links there. Hit them with the gold. Make them stand out a little bit. Oh, you know what? I need to... I'll hit these here with the gold too. Paint the wood up with a speed paint. I'm pretty happy. I almost have this green faction completely done. These are the last guys for the green faction, or the turtle faction, I guess I should say. I keep just saying green faction, but that's their color. But I thought it'd be fun to paint up like the reptile guys first anyway. Alright. Throw the flesh wash on his face there. I guess I could hit these guys up as well for the flesh wash. And this is just Guilliman's flesh. Quick, easy way of painting up flesh on guys. It's not fancy or anything, but when it dries, it looks pretty cool. And it doesn't take a lot of effort either. This is fun to watch. I hope it's entertaining slightly. As I said, you know, it's like watching paint dry. But it is fun to talk, you know, about the painting hobby and stuff. Last stream we had a few people, I should say a few people in here though. We were just chatting about 40K, you know, the different armies that we've all painted, painting techniques and such. It was pretty interesting. I really enjoyed hearing how other people, what they're doing, you know, their projects that they're working on and such, and how they felt about certain armies. It was really interesting. I had a lot of fun with it. This I'm just throwing on a speed paint for this, the wood of the banner here. It's just a nice dark brown, makes it easy work. I'm thinking for the camera, I'm thinking next time I might try using my phone. Because this camera here, it kind of gives it, I think it's trying to film like at a wide angle. And it's given it a weird look, in my opinion, or at least on my desktop looking at it. I'm not sure how it looks on other screens or on YouTube. But on here, I don't know, it just kind of looks like it's like a fishbowl effect or something going on. So yeah, I think next time I try this, I'm gonna try my phone, hooking it up and using it as the camera. Because that's what I film all my videos with, is my my phone camera. So I don't know if it'll be better for streaming or not. I think I'm gonna hit this guy's boots with this dark brown while I got it out here. Oh, there was a part that I hit with the dark green. I forgot about that back piece. Now let me grab that. Just to throw a little bit more detail on the guy. Get some silver and paint up this sword, or his, yeah, his sword. And I think I'm going to hit the cannons with this while I have it out and available. Yep, good deal. My brown. There it is. Hit the top of this shell with a little bit of the gold here, just to separate it out. All right, I think he's pretty comparable to the guys that we painted the other night here. Yeah. Yeah, I think he'll fit in. I think the banner looks good like that, so I think I'm going to call him good. Maybe I'll hit this little piece there with a gold just to make it stand out, make it pop a little. There we go. Looks good. Oh, hell yeah, Giga's cooking. Hey, Harold and Bob. Good to see you, man. Water cup? Oh, it's just an old, I think it's an old olive jar or something like that. Like, it is nothing fancy whatsoever. It's just an old jar that I've used for years and years. And that's all I use. Nothing fancy. I have seen some where I've been tempted to get them, like the little water stations, where you can actually like you can hold your brushes upside down and such in it. So I don't know. Maybe one day I might get those. I don't know. But I mean, for years I've just used a plain old water, a plain old, like old olive jar that I had. Nothing fancy whatsoever. Yeah, we're just gonna hit these cannons up a little bit with the silver here. And the chains too, I see. Hit them up. It's like each of these factions has an artillery, but these guys are the only ones that have like these big cannon carts. Ever try a spring coil in the bottom? It's great for a jar. Try a spring coil in the bottom. It's great for a jar. I don't know. What do you mean? Like with the spring coil? Do you mean just putting a spring in it? Sorry, I'm it's been a long day and I'm half asleep, so you might be stating something that's super obvious and I'm totally missing it. You know what? I think I'm going to hit that with a little bit of gold there. That. Just some texture to hit the bristles to catch. Oh, okay. I see. No, that's actually a good idea, though. So I know sometimes, like, yeah, I see what you're saying because the jar's too smooth in there. It's something I'll have to look into. I never thought of putting something in there, to be honest. It makes sense, but I've just never thought of it. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you stopping in again. I was telling some of the others earlier there that it was a pretty enjoyable stream. I mean, I had a lot of fun last time, just, talking to different games and factions and such that we paint up. It was really interesting to talk to other people and see what they were working on and, what factions they were into. I really enjoyed that. And I've still got a long ways to go on this commission, so I thought, hey, while I'm working on it, I might as well jump on. Maybe somebody wants to paint along or something, or just want some background noise. Forgot I wanted to hit these chains up here as well, just to give them a little detail so that they pop out here. And I think what I might do is hit these lower scales. Maybe I'll hit them with the darker green or hit the head and the tail with the darker green or something, just to add a little bit of detail to it. Picked up a couple Dawn of War boxes coming in for my next project. Oh, that's awesome, man. What what kind of project are you working on? Is this just for your current army that you're working on, or is this for a new project? I have to say, I was really tempted. I think it's a kill team. I might be wrong on this. And I might be saying the wrong species and everything too. But I think that there was a new Tyranid kill team coming out with, I think they were called Reavers in it. But I was really tempted to pick up that box. I thought the models looked really cool. They'd be fun to paint up. At least I think it was Reavers. I'm going to have to look after this just to make sure. Blood Angels, one of the heroes in the 2 squads of Blade Guards and Servisters. Oh, Devastators. Now, are you going to paint them as Blood Angels? I really like Blood Angels too. They're definitely one of my favorite factions as well. I liked Sanguinius was one of my favorite Primarchs during the Heresy and everything. Reading about him, I really liked him a lot. Yeah, I have like 3,000 points of Blood Angels. I wish red painted. This is blue though. Oh yeah. That's awesome, man. To have 3,000 points of Blood Angels. As I said, they're a really cool chapter. But yeah, totally agree with you. Red can be really problematic to paint, which is surprising, because you know, it's a darker color for the most part. At least in my opinion, I think it's a little bit darker and it should be easier to paint. But sometimes red, it doesn't cover as nicely as blues do. Like blues in general cover really nice in one coat, but reds can be really problematic. I know exactly what you're talking about there. I have to say, some of the red speed paints though are really nice. They do a great job of coverage. I almost feel like I should get some more 40K miniatures and paint them up. Since a lot of people that stop in, we talk quite a bit about 40K all the time. I feel like maybe I should pick up some models to paint and stream. Because I do enjoy painting the miniatures and stuff. I'm a big fan of the sculpts and everything. And it works decently, but highlights are tough to show through. Yeah, I bet it... Yeah, I bet it looks really cool with the purple base coat, too. Huh. I'll try that sometime on painting red. I'll try the purple base coat. But I bet that looks really cool. Gives it a nice undercoat. Zenithal with Mephiston red. Highlight with brighter red. Finish with a dry brush of Wild Rider red, and it works decently. Yeah. Yeah, very cool, man. All right. Oh, yeah, I wanted to hit those reins. Looking things here in gold, just add a little bit of detail to them. Purple makes the shadows pop. Yep. I bet it does, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's definitely something I'll keep in mind for next time I have some red armor or such I need to paint. It's a good idea. And purple is one of my favorite colors, so I certainly don't mind using it. I'm putting a model close to the camera. The fisheye makes it hard to see the detail. Yeah, you know, and that's what I was just saying about. I think next time I stream, I think I'm just going to use my camera, because my camera is how I film all my videos, and it doesn't have this look. It's just like this fisheye appearance. See, on my screen, it's extremely blurry. And they almost look, well, I'll see how it looks up closer. But yeah, right now they're kind of like in their ugly phase. Oh, hey, Dwarven Mustache, thanks for jumping in. I appreciate it. Thought I'd pop in for a bit. It's getting late here. Yeah, no, man, I appreciate you just stopping in for a little bit. This is the standard bearer that I just got done. Not sure if they show up a little bit better or not. Yeah, it doesn't. This webcam, it doesn't autofocus at all. That's what my phone does a much better job, and I think next time I'm just going to use my phone. And hopefully that's going to be a little bit better. So I'm still experimenting with streaming. I don't really live stream too much. The other night was like the first time in a long time that I tried it. But I've been enjoying it, and as I said, I need to get these guys painted up anyway. So I figured, hey, instead of just sitting here painting by myself, maybe I'll jump on and, you know, see if anybody wants to chat or if they're painting something. So yeah, but I've been having fun with it. So yeah, but as I said, I think next time I'm just going to use my phone, because this webcam isn't working out as good as what I had hoped. At least not for like this tabletop or like filming painting and such. It might be fine like further away, or if I was filming like my face on it, I think it would work fine, but for this it's not working out too good. Lighting is really good though. Yeah, I actually have two light stands beside me that I got off of Amazon a while back. They were like $60, but they're for photography and everything, and they've They've actually worked pretty good. I like them. I've started a hankering to start live streaming while I paint. Either it's through my laptop camera or through my phone. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I just kind of just felt like streaming and stuff and thought I would give it a shot. And it's been a lot of fun, actually. I've really enjoyed it. It's fun chatting with everybody and, you know, just talking about what they're working on and what I want to work on in the future. Little bit of lore for 40K and such. It's good times. Figure I'd throw a little bit of dark green on here just to break it up some. Add a little bit of detail to it. It is good, yes. I agree. Oh, okay. It looks like these shell parts kind of open up to let the cannons out. Let's see what's going on here now. As far as I can tell, Horus did nothing wrong. Yeah, I mean, hey. That's one thing I really enjoyed the whole Horus heresy storyline. It was really interesting. I mean, of course, some of it I wish would have went one way or another, but it was fun getting some insight into the different Primarchs. And then just, you know, seeing those guys battle, whether it's each other just fighting in the war, and just how awesome they were. Oh yeah, Erebus, yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I always kind of found myself sympathizing with for Lorgar. Lorgar. Um, I never felt like, at least in the initial Heresy books, uh, like I actually kind of liked him as a character and stuff. So the Horse Heresy. Yeah. Well, it'll be cool. I'm anxious to read some of the Scouring now, since they're going to be moving into that. I'm kind of excited for that. But I wonder kind of, you know, after they do this though, and now that the Horsey is wrapped up, I kind of wonder where they're going to focus more on now. Because that was just such a big part of it. You read the Eisenhorn series. It's been a really long time. I think I read some of it. I did not read the whole series on it, but I think I might have read like the first one or two books. Um, yeah, to be honest, so that was a really long time ago that I read those. So I don't remember too much about those, to be honest. Um, yeah, you know what? Maybe we'll paint the roof on this too, just to give a little more color. These contrast paints make it easy to just kind of add a little bit here and there without putting too much detail in, too much work in, I guess. I'm trying to think. I think it was. Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah, I did. I'm actually looking over at my shelf now, and I do have the Eisenhorn Omnibus. So yeah, I guess that I did read some of those books. My gosh, it's been so long though, I forgot about them. Because I've read the Soul Drinkers Omnibus, Space Wolves Omnibus, Blood Ravens, Blood Angels. Yeah, actually, I've read quite a few. Rumor has it when book 5 comes out, it'll shift the lore maybe 3 or 4 years out. Oh, that'll be cool. Yeah, as I said, I'm a huge fan of the lore. I think it's just super interesting. I love getting any little new information about the Emperor and such. That was kind of fun reading some of the, getting some more information about the Emperor during the Horus Heresy and all that, and the siege on Terra. But it's kind of fun that they do. I want to know more about them and all this kind of stuff. But it is kind of fun, I guess, that they do keep a lot of it as a mystery. GW has an issue, though. Moving the lore means retiring models. Yeah, that's true. Well, it's like my local game store. They were the guy that owns it. When I went in for paint last time and stuff, he was asking me if I wanted to pick up any of the like the Horus Heresy, the 30K miniatures and such. But to be honest, like, I'm not a huge fan of the design for a lot of those. I actually prefer the modern looking Space Marines and such, like the armor design for them. So I don't think I'll ever be picking up any of the 30K stuff. I'm just not a big fan of the designs of it. And that, hey, that might be heresy even just saying that kind of stuff, but let's try this. Not sure how much further I want to take these turtle cannons. I'm gonna hit their claws though with this black and see this black contrast. 30K is cool, but I want 30K Xenos. Yeah, I'm trying to think of who was really around then. Wait, you had the Eldar, the Orcs. I don't think the Tau wasn't around really then. Were they? I know the Tyranids weren't. Tau came in 34K. Oh, okay. So a little bit later on then. I don't know too much about them. I never really kind of looked into their lore at all. I don't know. I just wasn't I wasn't kind of drawn into them very much. So all right. Trying to think of what else to do with these guys, if anything, or just kind of let them go at that. As I said, this being a board game, I want to keep these guys pretty simple. Orcs sort of were, but I think that was mainly 32K. Mainly, I think it was Eldor. Yeah. Tau is Gunpla. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of who else there is there. Orcs. The Dark Eldor. I think they were later on. Well, I think in the lore or something too. Isn't there like the dwarven race? Wasn't there a dwarven race, I think, at some point too? Wondering if I should paint these gold too a little bit, or if I should just leave them as is. Just go with the green. Squats. Yep. Okay, that's what I thought the name was. I wasn't 100% certain. I think I might paint this here as a gold too, since I have the green and the green. Yeah, let me. I think I might throw down this little bit of gold on these and then probably call it a night. Work comes a little bit early. Yeah, I think this is gonna look good. Yep. We're getting needs that Retributor armor. You know, I keep hearing rumors about that. Yeah, that they were coming out for 40K. Yeah, I think I don't think they're for me though. Like even if they do bring them out, but yeah, I think I need to be going. I'm in England. It's well past 1 a.m. now. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, hey, thanks again for stopping in, man. I really appreciate it. And I'll be watching if you start live streaming, man. up just a little bit with this gold. Because these are, I don't know if they'd be really black, but this gold looks cool with that black undertone there. Yeah, I like that. And there's plenty of green on them to keep them with the faction. Just dwarves and space marine armor. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's so many chapters of Space Marines that if I wanted to do another army, I could easily jump into. So I think I got enough there to keep me busy with them for a while. Thanks very much. Yeah, I'll need some test pieces first. Yeah, sure, man. Hey, see you later. Yeah, next time I'll try my phone and you guys can let me know if that's a little bit better. Because yeah, on my computer screen, this new webcam is just not cutting it. I don't like the way it looks. But I think I'm going to call it a night there. Got some stuff done and moving along with this commission. It won't be long till I'm on to the next faction, so that's pretty cool. But hey, I want to thank everybody that jumped in tonight. It's always fun just talking about the hobby and stuff, what you're working on. It's really interesting just to see what other people like and are into like that. I really enjoy it. So, you know, I hope to see you guys again soon. I haven't set up any kind of schedule for live streaming. It's just kind of whenever I feel like it, want to jump on. So, yeah, Harold, I really appreciate you for stopping in, man. It's been fun. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys all later and see you next time.